Joining me from London is Patrick Christys, star presenter of GB News. Patrick, first Muslim protesters in your street complaining about Palestine, now Indian and Pakistani ones complaining about another war. These seem small protests, though, at the moment in comparison. Is that still a worry at all?
It's a massive worry. Look, the fact is that London has felt like a foreign country for a very long time now. We've had Eritreans fighting each other, Somalis, Sudanese, the issue with Palestine, and now we've got India versus Pakistan. When you invite the world in, you also invite all of the world's problems. Now, I'm sitting here today at the Battle of Britain bunker, so you'll be able to see, I think, a Spitfire behind me here. I've just sat in Winston chair. I've just sat in Winston Churchill's chair where he helped direct our defence against that Nazi war machine. And there are question marks, I think, when you look around the failures of multiculturalism and diversity in our great country today, whether you wonder whether or not we have let our greatest generation down a little bit, Andrew. I do think that's the sense in Britain today. But there is a concern because, as well, there's a lot of British Indians and a lot of British Pakistanis who have become very politically active and are on many local councils in England. So if it kicks off in India and Pakistan, you might actually see, seriously, a huge problem with local democracy here in Britain, which is a remarkable thing when you think about it.
Absolutely correct. Patrick, can you lean just a little to the left so I can see that beautiful plane behind you? Because swear to goodness, the Spitfire is the most beautiful plane, I think, ever designed. What do you think?
Oh, it's absolutely
it left the Hawker
stunning.
Hurricane for dead.
It's absolutely stunning. They're not going to let me sit in it, unfortunately, but there we go. Because it is VE Day. I should point out it's the 80th anniversary of VE Day here in Britain today. So we're on a war footing. So it's a very positive day here in Britain. But I've come to the Battle of Britain bunker to do a couple of interviews with people like Boris Johnson. So that's where you've caught me today. But yeah, the Spitfire behind me. It certainly
say hello to him for me.
It's a reminder of a great time in British history, anyway.
Now, Patrick, it is a very positive day in Britain because it now seems, from all the broad hints being dropped, first by Trump, now by your Prime Minister, in an hour or two or three, I'm not sure exactly when, Trump is going to announce that he has made the first trade deal since he dropped the hammer, you know, tariffs on everyone, including 10% tariffs on Britain and on us, and 25% tariffs on your aluminium, on your steel, on your cars. But a breakthrough, a deal. Tell us what you know.
Yeah, well, look, it's all a little bit up in the air. 3 p.m. UK time, we get the big announcement. We do think that it is a reduction in tariffs on things like British car manufacturing, etc. So that could be quite good. Maybe things like whiskey as well. But the fact is, the only reason we can do deals like this now is because of Brexit. This is a Brexit dividend. Britain voted to take back control. If we were still in the European Union, we wouldn't be able to do any of this stuff. The funny thing about this, Andrew, is that we have a Prime Minister who voted against a Brexit deal 48 times, who wanted to drag us back into the European Union, who wanted to have a second referendum, who is now championing the fact that we've got a Brexit deal with the United States of America. So there we go. A positive day for Britain. We don't know all the detail yet, but hey, it's something, right?
Well, it depends what you had to give away to get and what you'll get back. But it's interesting. You got this deal. We haven't had one talk yet about it. That's fascinating. What are the odds that you will be asking exactly this sort of question to Boris Johnson, who, of course, was the Prime Minister who pushed and got through the Brexit deal?
I have already asked him. The interview has been done. He actually flew back from Washington in order to come and speak to us at GB News today. He basically is laughing at the fact that this is a Brexit dividend, and he says this is he's basically taking credit for it. He's saying if it wasn't for him, then Keir Starmer wouldn't have been able to do this deal. So there we go. But yeah, he is very, very positive about the fact that we could actually. We were told if we voted for Brexit that we would be at the back of the queue. That's what Barack Obama told us. Well, you know what? Donald Trump, President Trump, actually likes Britain. He has business interests here, and he's willing to overlook whatever political differences he may have with our Labour government, and has put Britain at the front of the queue. And that is quite a nice thing, actually, I think, here.
Thank you for reminding us very much about that Barack Obama interference in your politics. How deliciously ironic. Patrick Christys, thank you so much for your time.